Okay, right. This call's been recorded because
Problem.
you've told me conflicting information within a 2 day period. What you said yesterday is that you were going to release the payment because I'd gone on to my to-do list.
Yes, and
Now
it's
I'd gone on to
been
my
released.
to-do list and
Payment
I'd
has been up.
no, hang on. Can you not talk over the top of me? That's rude.
No, will you
What
stop
what
on top of me too, please? It's rude as well.
I beg your pardon. You've given me conflicting information from one day to the next. What happened was I had some to-do list items to do on my job review. Now what I did was I
That was
went
my
on there. No,
that
can
on the
I?
journal.
You're doing it again. You're going over the top of me, lady. I can't deal with somebody talking over the top of me. I went on to my to-do list and I went and reviewed those items. I've already done that. I met my claim and commitment, and then what happened was you you arranged another appointment, another meeting for me to come in. Now there wasn't any need to go into that meeting. You originally explained to me that if I went onto my job search diary and reviewed the to-do list, that I could then I didn't have to go to the meeting. So now you've given me a conflicting story, and you've told me something different. You told me yesterday that you'd release the payment. So please do that,
I
and please meet your commitment to me as somebody on Universal Credit, please.
So I'll explain it to you now. I put on your journal you needed to review your details for your payment to be released.
I've done that, and I've actually taken a recording of that, and I've also sent you an email to the Universal Credit email address,
But that was
proving that as well. And I've also taken a picture of that as well to show that I've actually done the to-do list items.
yes, you did.
So I've got digital photo evidence of that.
So then your payment did get released yesterday, and your payment is zero because you have a sanction on the account.
Why have I got a sanction on the account? Because on my to-do list it said that I'd reviewed the details and I'd completed the job search diary activities anyway. So that doesn't make any sense that you've now done another sanction. So you keep doing sanctions out of nowhere, and this has happened to me more than once, and it's not satisfactory. Could I talk to a manager, please?
No problem at all.
Thank you.
Hello, Philip.
Hello, you the manager?
Yeah, I'm a team leader here. My name's Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. What I'm a bit upset about is that yesterday your colleague and you've been recorded on the call recording. Your colleague told me that you're going to release the payment of my Universal Credit yesterday, and that still hasn't happened. I've got no sanctions on my to-do list or my job search account, and I'm a bit perturbed that you're giving me conflicting information now.
Do
Um,
you have a do you actually have a sanction on your account?
No, I don't have a sanction on my account at all. I've got it in front of me now. I've taken a digital photograph. I told your colleague that I've taken a digital photograph to prove this. If you would like me to send that to an email address to prove it to you, then that's fine.
No, we don't need an email. We can see it from our side. You have got a sanction there for failing to attend the work search review.
Yeah, well, all it was to do with, well, that again, that's conflicting information because 2 days before that, you told me that I didn't need to attend my review if I went onto my job search account and did my to-do list activities, and that's what I did do. So I followed your advice and then cancelled the appointment, and now you're giving me sanctions. It doesn't make any sense. You've given me conflicting stories from one moment to the next.
Okay, so just bear with me.
Can you please lift that sanction and stop mucking me about with my payment? That's happened twice now, and it's not making sense.
So just bear with me. So on the 4th of February, you would have got a journal message to say a sanction's been applied to your claim.
Yeah, what it was I didn't have access to a computer at the time, so I didn't even know that had come through onto my account. So I didn't even receive notification of that. And then I checked I'm on there now, and there's no sanction on here at all. I've got no sanction.
There's a sanction on your account. If you go through your journal there to the 4th of February, you'll see the message to say that you've been sanctioned.
Yeah, I did, and then they lifted it after I did the to-do list. That's what it said on here.
And so where does it say the sanction's been lifted?
Well, it hasn't got any notification of sanctions, sir.
Have you gone down to your journal on the 4th of February?
Yeah, I've gone down and done the to-do list for you to do.
Yeah,
list.
no, but
I'm on
this
here
is your
now.
to-do list.
I've got nothing on my to-do list. So why have I got a sanction?
This is your journal.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on my journal now.
So you're on your journal.
Yes.
If you go down to the date, the 4th of February at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, well, you've given me conflicting stories because she said that she'd lift the sanction as soon as I did my to-do list, and I've done that, and now you're giving me a conflicting story from 2 days earlier.
No, it's most likely the suspension would have been lifted.
Right. Well, I've done the to-do list. So what are you saying now? Because the lady the lady 2 days ago said that I just needed to do the items on my to-do list, and then I could cancel my appointment. I didn't have to come in. It wasn't necessary if I could do the to-do list items. And I did those, and I met my commitment, and then cancelled the appointment like she instructed. And she's actually on a digital recording saying that. And I've recorded it because I keep getting conflicting stories. And like I said, I've done those items. So why do I need to come in again to review my details again? Doesn't make any sense. It's gone back round in a loop, sir.
Not to review your details. Your appointment hour date that was cancelled was for a personal security number. That is separate to a work search review appointment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't need that personal security number in the end. I managed to find it. What I said to your colleague originally was that I had lost that, and I couldn't find that. I'd misplaced it around the house. I found it. And now I'm on my job search diary, and I'm actually looking at it right now. And I did the items on the to-do list, and then your colleague on digital recording yesterday said that she would make sure that the payment came through.
Yeah. Now what it is, you reviewed your details on your account, which is correct, but we would not know the amount of payment that you would be issued.
Right.
So after it's calculated.
Well, that's right. That was part of my to-do list item, was to make sure that my circumstances hadn't changed.
Sorry, could you just let me finish? I'm trying to explain here.
Yeah.
So whenever you completed that item in your to-do list to review your details, that there would have released any payment due to you. So, you weren't given wrong information there. If there was a payment due to you, it would have been released. We couldn't calculate your payment until you completed that to-do.
Yeah, I've done it.
Now, it's unfortunate that your payment is zero, but that's due to a sanction.
How can my payment be zero when I'm on universal credit?
Because you were sanctioned for failing to attend a work search review appointment on the 21st of January.
Right, well, I wasn't told that yesterday, and I was told that I was going to be released by normal payment. So that's on digital footage. I can show them in the job centre if you like.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Your payment would have been released if you were due any payments, but due to the sanction you weren't actually owed any money.
Yeah, so what do I need to do now then, sir? Because this is more hoops to jump through that don't make any sense. Because you don't keep your word from one moment to the next, sir.
Sorry to feel that way, but I'm just giving you the information, the correct process.
Yeah, well, don't tell me you're going to release a payment yesterday and then not do it because you're not meeting your commitment to me as a universal credit claimant.
Technically released. zero payment, which we would not have known.
Yeah, well, you can't get out of it that way because she said that I was owed my normal job universal credit money, and she was going to release it yesterday. So
Your payment was released, but your payment is zero.
that doesn't make any sense, sir. So how do I go about making sure that my claim carries on?
Well, basically now to end your sanction, you're going to have to attend a work search review appointment, which I can book for you now if you'd like.
It's absolutely ridiculous, sir. What is your name, just so that I can report this in a complaint letter?
Yeah, my name's Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel, because you give me conflicting information from one moment to the next. I don't need to reconfirm the same information more than once, Daniel. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you just wasting my time, Daniel?
I'm not wasting your time. I'm explaining to you what steps you need to take now.
Well, this is going to be sent to an MP now.
Yeah.
My local MP as shocking treatment from the Universal Credit Service, because what's happened here is that I've ended up with a conflicting information from 2 days to the next, and I've been led to believe that I was going to be released the payment into my account for my universal credit that I was owed after jumping through the hoops and doing the normal rigmarole of the to-do list.
As I say there, Bob, on the 4th of February, there's a journal message telling you you've been sanctioned.
Yeah, well, okay, sir. Yeah. Well, we'll make this appointment, but this is going over to an MP now, sir, because I've had enough. It keeps happening. Every single time I get some kind of strange hoop to jump through that doesn't make any sense, and I end up repeating myself.
It's process that you have to follow, Bob.
Yeah, well...
It's policy.
Yeah. It's policy, but it's not policy to lie to your customers. All right,
Oh, well,
so...
as I say, I don't think it's a case of lying. You would have been told.
No, it was lying, Daniel, sir.
Pension would have been lifted.
It was lying, Daniel, sir. She lied that she led me to believe that my payment was going to be released tonight and everything was okay yesterday. And the day before, she said she led me to believe that when I went onto my to-do list and reviewed my items and completed those items, that the payment would go through as normal, and I just needed to cancel the appointment. And I did all that. And then what you've then could come in with a different process over the top of it.
No, it's not a different process.
No, it is, Daniel, sir.
If you weren't sanctioned, you would have received the money, but because you're sanctioned,
It is, Daniel. It is, Daniel. I'm afraid this has happened more than once now, that I've ended up with conflicting stories from your colleagues, and I've actually got them on digital recordings on my mobile phone, saying the wrong thing.
If you were misinformed, all I can do is apologise. But
yeah, well, you'd think you'd think you wouldn't waste my time in that case, and then not have to have me go all the way to the job centre to repeat the same information.
I'm not wasting your time. You called us, and we're giving you an explanation as to why you didn't.
Well, you are wasting my time because I'm having to do the same information more than once, and it doesn't make any sense, Daniel.
I've not wasted your time. No, you've contacted us for advice.
But don't worry about it, Daniel. It'll go over to a local MP, and we can muscle it out then. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
If you want to make a formal complaint, you can do that on the gov.uk website.
I certainly will, sir.
Yeah. And as for now, would you like to book this here work search review appointment?
Yes, please, because funnily enough, I'd like my universal credit payment that I was promised yesterday.
Okay. Well, if you were promised money.
Yeah, I was promised money, Daniel, and that's why I'm annoyed. Why would I be annoyed about nothing?
From our point of view, your payment would have been released, but because it was reduced to zero, that's what the issue is.
I was annoyed because I was led to believe that my payment would come through as normal. So that's what you led me to believe yesterday on a digital recording.
Unfortunately, as I say, because the payment was zero because of a sanction that you're notified of.
Yeah, well, she didn't tell me that. She didn't say. How can you release a payment that's zero? Daniel, don't be flippant on me now, because this is going over to a local MP, and your colleague will be dealt with, and she'll end up getting into trouble.
Your GDS sanction. You failed to attend an appointment on the 21st of January.
Yeah, you're repeating the same thing, Daniel, sir.
Yeah, I'm repeating the same stuff because you're telling me the same problems, and I'm just giving you the explanations.
Well, I'm entitled to, because the problem's become my problem, because now I have to do the same information twice at the job centre.
No, you have to attend a work search review appointment that you missed. This isn't to review your details.
I didn't miss it. I'd cancelled it after your colleague told me to cancel the appointment after reviewing my to-do list.
Like
that's on digital recording, Daniel.
Yeah, you
And she said that my payment would then go through, Daniel.
It wasn't for a work search review. You know, there's a difference. A work search review is not the same as a personal security number.
Right, okay. Well, we can keep on going round in circles all day, Daniel. Can you just book me my appointment and then I'll go in and attend it?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Bear with me. Okay, folks, so at the moment the next available appointment we have is next Thursday.
Next Thursday, that's a rather long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a long time, unfortunately. It's just the next available appointment.
Yeah, thanks for that. That
Okay,
stitched
so
me right up.
Hello?
Yeah, I said thanks for that. That stitched me right up with regards to my payment.
Okay, well, you know, whenever you attend this here appointment, it's still not going to get you a payment, you know, for the last assessment period. If you disagree with the decision they sanction you, then we can look at raising a mandatory reconsideration. But by you attending this here appointment, it isn't going to get you a payment.
Well, can you please do that? Whatever a mandatory consideration is, because it's ridiculous that I've got to wait till next Thursday for my payment for no reason.
Say next Thursday you aren't going to get the payment.
Right. Okay. So what happens then, Daniel?
Well, next Thursday, whenever you attend your appointment, your sanction will be ended.
Right. So what happens then, Daniel? Explain the process. You're supposed to explain this to me as a manager.
So explain what process. If you attend the appointment.
So when do I get my payment, Daniel? We both know that the reason why I'm on Universal Credit is to get my Universal Credit payment paid to me, Daniel. Come on, switch on.
Yeah, I am switched on. Your payment that you were due for 25th of January to 24th of February, that assessment period, that there was reduced to zero because of a sanction.
Well, you can't just reduce it to zero every time you feel like it. After what I've done is gone through the rigmarole of going onto the to-do list and doing my normal job search review.
Yeah, but it's not. It's for failing to attend an appointment. That's what you're sanctioned for. Like I say, you can do a mandatory reconsideration if you'd like. I can be out there after.
Right. Well, I explained that I didn't have access to a laptop because my laptop went down at the time, so I didn't even have access to a laptop to do it. So that's the only reason why I ended up like that. But do a mandatory consideration. What does that mean? I don't know. You haven't told me what that means.
Appointment for you first, and then I'll discuss the mandatory reconsideration. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you need any help to attend or understand the appointment?
Huh?
Do you need any help to attend or understand the appointment? For example, if you need any extra support, for example, if you need...
No, I don't need any excess report, Daniel. Support, Daniel. Beg your pardon.
Any extra support, just...
No, I don't need any excess support, Daniel.
No problem, Philip.
I'm wondering whether your staff know what they're talking about, because they make people believe the wrong things all the time.
Again,
it's ridiculous.
If there's miscommunication, I can only apologise for that.
Well, no, they lie. They've lied on digital recording, Daniel. So you can't deny that they've lied.
Yeah, as I say, I'm sure it's not a lie.
Yeah. So what's a mandatory consideration, Daniel?
Yeah, just bear with me. I'll discuss that with you now. Okay, so for that appointment on Thursday now is actually gone. So next